this question to a couple of other guys. This is a big rivalry game. A lot of people think it's the number one rivalry in the nation, not just the Big Ten. Why is it such a big game? Why is it the number one rivalry game across the nation?
I mean, you look back at it throughout time, it's like just built up, like the 10-year war, things like that. Both similar back I don't know how to say his name, but Coach Woody Hayes, and like the rivalry, like it's a big game, honestly, and this is what you come here for.
And you didn't grow up in Ohio. What did you think of this rivalry growing up, and how much has it grown on you?
I'm from North Carolina, so I knew North Carolina Duke basketball, and I thought that was like a huge rivalry, but like us versus them, it's like just another level.
Why?
I don't know. It's a lot of added pressure to the game. Two great teams, very well coached teams, just going at it. And you could just feel like the emotion like everybody has when it comes to this game.
Is a big reason it's different from maybe a Carolina and Duke is you guys only play once a year, as opposed to maybe Carolina and Duke playing 2 or 3 times a year, or do you think that's not even a factor?
I think that could add on to it. Carolina Duke, they play basketball, so you're gonna see them again. Versus it, like you said, you only get one shot at this one, and like it's the end of the year, last game of the regular season. This is your one and only shot for this year, so why not get your best shot?
What's it like preparing for 2 different quarterbacks? I know Wilton Spate's injured, but there's talk that he might play. John O'Korn started last week. What's it like preparing for 2 different quarterbacks, especially in a big game like this?
It could be rough depending on if one's a runner or not. But I think they have a pretty solid foundation of what they're gonna do. Run the ball, throw when necessary. So as far as preparing for it, you gotta basically get your base concepts down, and you just come out and play. Go to practice hard, get everything out of the way on Tuesday.
There's so much on the line this week. How hard is it to keep your emotion in check between now and Saturday?
The main thing is I just come out and I approach every day as if it was like last week. I'm just trying to enhance it and get better. I don't really
Feel the excitement already.
I can, but like I said, I like right now I'm just focused on like today is my day off, but I put it towards film. Like that's what I do. That's what I do every week. I prepare every game the same. I just try to enhance and find better ways to get better and improve myself.
This is a fun one for you. You guys have Michael Jordan. Michigan's wearing these new Michael Jordan uniforms this year. They like their uniforms. You like your guy. Who do you think has the advantage here?
Michael Jordan.
Which one?
Ours. He's a rugged dude, big rugged guy. I like Mike. Everybody like Mike.
Tyquan, being from out of state, when you were growing up, how much did you recognize this rivalry, and how, when you got to Ohio State, did you formulate a respect, or do you have a respect for Michigan? And people say it's sometimes the hardest fought game that they'll ever play in, regardless of the level. And I'm just curious how you, growing up, kind of viewed it to how it changed when you got here.
Growing up, like, you heard about it, but like I said, where I'm from, North Carolina, is you either pick between North Carolina or Duke, and that's just basketball. But like when I got here and you see things, and it's like you saw the Mirror Lake jump, the gold pants, and things like that, and you hear about all these things, and growing up, you just think about oh man, these people, their rivalry is incredible. I just heard about it. Then once you get here, you develop a whole new respect for the rivalry. Former players who played in the game, they'll talk about how much they don't like them and things like that. But you formulate your own little thing that you have in your mind, and you just respect it. You have to respect it. It's a hard fought game, real hard fought game. Playing in last year was a hard fought game. They come and bring it, we bring it, and that's what you look forward to.
So
You
many.
compared it to a basketball rivalry. Is there any college football rivalry that gets people excited in North Carolina?
I don't know. Honestly, I like watching all the rivalries. When I was in North Carolina, I like watching all the rivalries. I like watching football, but I mean, North Carolina Duke was something like people look forward to in North Carolina. I mean, but I like football, so I like watching football rivalries. I think it was way better. You know, it's more physical.
With so many freshmen on your guys' team, there's going to be a lot of guys playing in this game for the first time. How do you, as an older guy, kind of like try to illustrate to them how, I mean, obviously it's number 2 versus number 3, so they understand the magnitude, but in terms of
Right.
just the rivalry, how do you kind of help get that through their brains? And was there a moment when you played against them the first time you're like, okay, this is really real?
I mean, that starts in practice. You know, scout team. You know, the scout team has to they go as we go. So we come out and we have to have this mentality of just dominating, and that'll get a scout team going. And the scout team, I mean, they bring it week in, week out. So if they come and bring it just a little more harder, and you know, things like that, practice is harder. Everything is a lot more it's tough. I mean, it becomes a little tougher during this week, but the main thing is keeping composure, staying out of the way of distractions, staying focused on one goal, one goal in mind. That's all. Nothing much to it. Just staying focused. I'll say yesterday was a fun time with the band. That's always something I look forward to. The band. I always get the baritone. I mean, I like the way it sounds. So I always go with a baritone player or something. So that's probably one of my favorites.
And why is that? I mean, just because you're immersed with the group, I mean, with that group and stuff, and you get to kind of play around a little bit on a serious week?
Yeah. I mean, we have a great band, and I mean, we probably don't get to see them as often, you know. I mean, but doing Script Ohio, with the band and things like that, interchanging roles, it makes it a lot funner, you know.
Yeah.
Just adds more onto it.
Were you on the scout team as a freshman?
Yep.
Did you have to wear the winged helmet this week?
Yep.
How's that go for you?
I just try to give them the best look I can give.
Do you kind of purge that from your memory now that you wore the winged helmet, or is it that tough?
I don't even think about it.
Yeah.
I ain't never really cared for it.
Playing a pro-style offense,
Mm-hmm.
does that feel like a throwback these days? Or, I mean, do you enjoy doing that? I understand a lot of players love that physical style.
I do. I mean, I like playing against the run. I like playing over top of a tight end. I mean, I like good football, you know. You spread them out. It doesn't really matter to me because every team has their scheme and what they're going to do. But at the end of the day, it's about who putting their hand in the dirt and just going. You know, so you can play whatever formation you want to play. We're going to play whatever defense that we have to play.
Who do you expect
Just
to see?
dominate.
Who do you expect to see at quarterback for them Saturday? O'Korn again. I mean, O'Korn obviously Wilton Spate got hurt at the end of the Iowa game. Who do you expect to see at quarterback, and does it make that big of a difference in your mind, Tyquan?
I'm not really sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not honestly. I don't really know. Right now, I just been watching the top run plays and things like that. So, in my mind, I just have to prepare just for the game overall.
Yeah.
That's all I think about right now.
Does it help you? Yeah. Does it help you to visualize though going into a game, knowing who the guy is at quarterback, knowing what his moves are, et cetera, his escape routes, things like that?
For the most part, yes. But I'd say the first thing is we have to stop the run in order to figure out what the quarterback is going to do.
Yeah.
So right now it's basically just breaking down the runs.
They do a lot of end around jet sweeps. How difficult is that for a defensive end to just? Do you keep that in mind? What's the process of defending that for you?
As a defensive end, you're not going to be able to defend very many jet sweeps. simply because the play is going fast away. You could only squeeze and chase down the alley. You know, corner linebacker probably pull it up. You get an assisted tackle on it. So that's about all I could tell you.
Urban seemed like, and I don't mean this as an insult, but it seemed like he left his sense of humor at home today. Does he seem very different to you this week?
I mean, you can just tell the atmosphere around here. Things are a little more tense, but we come out and we got to come out tomorrow, like, with that same intensity that he has. You know, we're going to follow his lead because, I mean, he leads the charge, and the captains and the leader, all the unit leaders, that's what we have to do.
If last week his message was one shot, one swing, what is his message this week?
Oh, it's the same. One shot. That's all you get. Just one shot.
Tyquan, do you think that you said it's more tense this week? Do you think that it was just as tense as Michigan games in the past, or that because of the rankings and because of the weight that this game holds, that it is more tense, that you feel more weight about this game?
Every year, honestly, every year, it's always been the same. You know, every year it's just more tense. You know, it's everywhere, all across campus. Like, you just feel it. Like, so it's just when that game comes around, like, just everybody around you just picks it up a little more.
Because of that intensity, do you guys even get a moment to reflect on the seniors and what they've done, and some of those guys that I know that you're really close with? You know, this is going to be their last game at Ohio Stadium.
Right. For the most part, we love our seniors. We dedicate a lot to our seniors, so we always like reflect on their careers, and I mean that's why we have senior tackle and things like that, and like playing in like playing in the biggest rivalry in college football and sport. For the seniors to be able to do this, knowing they may not ever get the chance again, I mean, it means a lot to like everybody throughout the team, because you don't want to end up on a bad note for the seniors.
I know he's on the other side of the ball, but what would you say about Pat Elfline? He's one of the seniors on this team.
Pat's my guy. Pat, I remember when I first got here, Pat took me under his wing. You know, I'm from North Carolina, so I always needed a ride like to the facility, and Pat was like always there. Like, 5:30 in the morning, like he's always there, like to give me and Tracy a ride, and whoever else who needs a ride, he was always there. He was always there to pick me up when I was down. Pat's a tremendous leader. I really appreciate Pat. We came closer. Like ever since then, we just been very, very close. And I mean, he goes out there like really, really, really tough guy. He's a competitor. I mean, it's nothing that you can't like do to hurt Pat or nothing. Like he's a really tough guy. I mean, we all love him. So I mean, for him, this to be his last go around, it's tough.
Tyquan, this is obviously a different week than a regular week in the season, but during the year, do you think more about where you guys stand in the playoff race or where you stand in the Big Ten race?
No, honestly, no. We just go out like every week is the same mantra. Like focus on what's at hand. Focus on today. Focus on what you have to do today. Accomplish whatever it is that you need to accomplish today. And that's what we try to preach throughout the whole team. Like, just focus on one day at a time. Get whatever it is that you need to correct and correct it today.
Is this the best team you guys have played? You've had a good schedule this year. Is Michigan the best team you've played?
More than likely so, yes. It's a great offensive line, great all around. I mean, it's a great team. That's why they're probably ranked like as high as they are. And I mean, probably physical, most physical team, if not one of them. So I mean, that's probably why everybody around us, believes so. So I mean, what's not to think though?
Hey, what's the craziest thing you've seen on social media or encountered regarding fans in this rivalry, either side?
I haven't honestly been on social media. I'm not really
encountered
big.
in public with people or seen on campus with students or anything?
Just the mere late jumps over the years. I don't see how most people do it. But I mean, they say it's a fun time, but I just I can't do it.
You've
Last
never
question.
been a part of a like a losing team in this game, do you ever think about what it would be like if y'all did lose, or because people always talk about like the heightened atmosphere of this game, and I was just wondering if part of that's because of you think about the fact that you'd have a whole nother year to sit through that.
No, I never really thought about it. I don't ever think about like the chances of losing ever. I don't think. I always have a winning mindset.
All right, that's it. Thanks, Tyquan.
No problem.
Thanks, man.
No problem.